Hi, scrappy, crafty friends. It's Laura. I have a little haul. No, I have a big haul from yesterday. I was out and about all by myself. I had a lovely day. Hit probably 6 stores and a sale at a local museum called Junk and Disorderly. I like that name. Yeah, so I had a good time. The weather was rotten. The roads were bad when I set out, but it melted a little bit, so it wasn't too bad. So just to start off with, okay, I mentioned I'm going to be in that vintage and collectibles show next weekend. So my thoughts were just a few small items because there's no sense in me carrying loads of stuff in and then having to carry loads of stuff back out. Hopefully I sell it all, but we'll see. So the first thing I did was completely break that rule. I saw this in one of the stores I was in. I actually could only see it from about there up, but there was something about it that seemed to me to be 30s, 40s look about it. And I asked the guy to get it down. He did. He wanted 10 for it, and the reason I didn't quibble was because he had actually just given me a really screaming deal on a couple of other items. So I did pay 10 for it. I had no idea what it is, if it had any value, but I just had a feeling. So it is Arthur Wood, not Woods & Sons. Woods & Sons came along later. It says England, and it says quality. And made in England, and then it says Stella on the bottom. So I believe Stella is the mold. They named the molds. I've looked it up. They're called a fishtail vase. Okay, that shape at the top there, the fishtail vase. And they go anywhere from about sort of $25 to $80. It seems the more expensive ones are a lusterware finish, and the cheaper ones are just a painted decoration, not a raised decoration. I can't find this one anywhere, so I'm kind of hoping it's somewhere in the middle because it has this lovely raised decoration and it's all in perfect shape. There's not a chip or a crack on it. So I'll have to do a bit more research about that. I might just keep it for a while for myself and enjoy it because I really like it, and I may be starting to become the crazy vase lady. I like that crazy lamp lady on YouTube. She's a lovely girl. So that broke the rules, and then the next thing was I'm taking some of my vintage clothing to this show, and I spied this lovely thing and picked it up. I'm not sure how much I paid for it, but my whole entire purchase in that particular store was $6 or something. So, and I bought quite a few things. It is a house coat. It is floor length. It is polyester, and it's made in Canada. It does have a bit of a coffee stain on the front, but I think I can get that out without too much problem. Polyester washed really well. My mother always used to say polyester will be here when we're all gone. This stuff just goes on and on forever. And it's such a pretty pattern, isn't it? I just love it. So that's something I grabbed. This, I'm not going to tell you stores because it's a blur. It's all a blur. I had so much fun. This in one store was 25 cents, and it's just the sweetest little rabbit riding his pony. So I don't have anything really consisting of Easter decor. So that's my Easter decor. Happy Easter. Maybe between now and Easter I might find something else. Who knows? Picked this up. There was a tin full of stuff. It had lots of little bits and bobs. And I asked him if I could just take these out of the tin because I noticed this sky, and this is an old one. It's not a reproduction. These guys go for anywhere between sort of $18 and $25. So just thought that was kind of neat. And I often use old and vintage keys in my jewelry and whatnot. So grabbed that. In another store, I picked up 4 of these. So mugs are a great thing because most stores, most secondhand stores, they don't really think about the value of mugs too much, and it's sort of 50 cents across the board. So I got 4 of them for 50 cents, and it was just, I mean, that pattern has got to be the 60s, right? And it turns out it is something called Turi Design. Market is the pattern, and it is made in Norway. They are teacups. They should have a saucer, but these sell for about $15 a pop. I guess because everything mid-century is starting to go crazy, I guess. So in my booth, maybe, I don't know, $8, $8.50 a piece, but still that's a nice markup on 50 cents. At the museum sale, they had a box out the front for free, and this was in it, and I didn't really look at it, but I thought, oh, that's Fire King, because I saw a set of Fire King, this type of Fire King, last weekend at a flea market. They wanted flea market prices. I wasn't interested in buying it. And then I like to watch Thrifting 101. The nice lady from Florida, I can't think of her name. She just sold a set of Fire King. Anyway, I looked at it this morning, and it's not. It is Anchor Hawking. It's made in the USA, oven-proof dinnerware. So it looks very similar. Maybe the swirls are different. I'm not sure. But it's quite sweet. It's milk glass or opaline glass. I'm not sure which. Or if that's 2 names for the same thing. I don't know. But it'll look cute with a few posies in it this summer. So grab that. Little thing I grabbed just piqued my interest. It's a little plastic doodad thing, and it's Central Bank of Oman, 20 rial. So it's their currency, I guess. And I just thought it was neat. That'd be, I mean, take it apart and put them in junk journals. That'd be cute. And then junk journal wise, I saw this package, little envelopes, and then these sweet little cards that are in the shape of fans. Is that not the sweetest little thing? And I think I got these at the museum sale for 50 cents. So, can you see them good enough? They're really cute. It's sort of a Victorian style, eh? Probably a reproduction of something Victorian. So pick those up. I think they just threw this in. I don't think I paid for it. It's just a bridge tally. Thought that was kind of cool. Junk journal stuff. This says Hamburg. It's beautiful leather. Probably 1950s, 1960s. A man's wallet type of thing. I've had these in the past. I just love them. I'll just go over that with a bit of saddle soap and just bring that leather back to life again. And this is for junk journal. You'll always be my sister. And I can't resist anything with cute teddy bears. So that could go. I think I'm starting to muster up stuff for teddy bear junk journals. So that is just going to be kept for teddy bear junk journal. Pick these up from the Kitchen of. I think they're all the same, are they? Oh no, they're different. Oh, how pretty. I didn't even open them up and look. I got 2 sheets. Okay, the whole sheets are the same. You see, from the strawberry, apple, peach jam. Hope you're seeing it, because I'm not. Anyways, those are sweet. Grab those. Another store that I was in, I had a stack of plates in my hand, and when I asked the guy how much, because he doesn't price anything, I asked the guy how much he wanted for that, and he just looked at me and he said, oh, have it, because he'd already given me prices for these other plates and knew I was buying them. So I think it's just for your toothpicks, but I just thought it was kind of a sweet little thing. There's no marking on it anywhere. It does look like it has a little bit of age, so grab that. At the museum sale, I got these There's 4 of them. They're measuring cups. So it says on the bottom, is that upside down? It says on the bottom what size they are. And they are Gift Craft from Toronto. So that would be the importer, and they were made in Japan. So they're all in lovely condition. There's no scratches or chips or anything really wrong with them. So they look cute on a little shelf in your kitchen, eh? They're very mid-century. What else have I got here? Oh, this. I grabbed one of the stores I went into. It was just sitting back by the clothes. This, I know, is probably from the 1920s or 30s, because I had some of these before my fire, and they'd been given to me by a friend who's, I think she's been gone about 10 years now. Oh, it's fibrous. It's getting up my nose. She's been gone about 10 years, and she was 97 when she passed, and her family had traveled to very northern Quebec, and there was a missionary up there that they visited, and she called them the Eskimo peoples, which we don't call them that anymore. They made these at the mission and sold them to tourists, and I guess maybe to people that brought them down here and resold them. So it is like a hooked rug type of thing. And this is very similar to the ones that I had. So that's why I kind of know. I wish I knew a bit more about that backstory. But she's gone now. I can't ask her about it. Maybe I can research it at some point in time. But isn't that sweet? I mean, I love any kind of handicraft. I love anything that someone has put their own, love and work into. So that's just gorgeous. I'm not sure if I'll sell that. It reminds me of Dorothy, but anyway, and oh my gosh, purse of the week. Purse of the week. Okay. This one I've actually had for a couple of weeks because, believe it or not, I didn't buy a purse yesterday. I didn't see anything that tickled my fancy yesterday. A lot of the stores were really picked over. That's the hard thing about going on Saturdays, but sometimes that's just when I can go. So it is what it is. So this one I picked up a couple of weeks ago, and my first thought when I saw it was that it's artisan made, that it's someone who has taken and recycled some man's suiting and made this purse, and sewn on all those buttons, and it's quite sweet, and I quite liked it. So, but I did, when I got home, did look at it, and it has a label. It says accessorize, and it has another label down in here with the washing instructions. Wipe clean only, made in India. I actually did wash it by hand because it was filthy. You should have seen the color of the water that came out of it. And but I still think it's artisan made. It may have been imported over here, but I still think this was, well, it may be made in a factory, but an artisan sat there and sewed those buttons on. That's not done by any kind of machine, that sort of work. So anyways, I thought that was cute. The little toggle on the front's a bit loose. I'll just have to tighten it up before I put it in my booth, but someone else will appreciate that. So that is part 1. Who knows how many parts this is going to be, because I do have a lot of stuff. But I will sign off for now to keep my iPad happy, and back in a minute.